Anything else?
No, I think that takes us to match 13, which is a 6-man tag team match.
Yeah, we have the Islanders,
Okay.
Haku and Tama, with Bobby the Brain Heenan,
Mm-hmm.
versus the British Bulldogs with Koko B Ware
Yeah.
as their tag partner.
Okay.
Now, this is Bobby the Brain Heenan's uh not in-ring debut, but I get in-ring debut for WrestleMania because he hasn't had a match in WrestleMania officially.
Right.
He has been involved in taking bumps. Yeah, when like someone goes like that, and then you're like, oh, I fell down, So, what did you think? Who were you rooting for?
Who was I rooting for in this 6-man match? I mean, I love Koko B Ware's outfit, first of all, when he comes in, looking great. I also love Matilda the Bulldog, and if you haven't seen Matilda the Bulldog, look her up. She's a cutie pie. But I'm rooting for Haku and Tama, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Although I can't help but root for Coco. So that was a tricky match. But again, I was rooting for Haku and Tama.
Oh, and Tama?
Tama.
Yeah. Okay. Couple of comments here. We'll hear one from my friend Raymond.
Okay.
This whole event is BS. In real life, Tonga /
Wow.
Mang and Haku, the many monikers and names and gimmicks that the wrestler comes up with, would beat up the entire roster in one night. You give the entire roster too much credit, my friend. We know it would end up faster, or it would end sooner than one night.
Whoa.
That's how
Awesome.
dangerous that man was in real life. Another comment here from our YouTube live. The Honky Tonk Man and Jerry the King Lawler were cousins. Okay.
What?
Thank you for bringing out that tidbit,
Wow.
Anthony.
I do have a question, and I'm not sure if you know this, but while I was looking at just some information for this match, their debut was in 1988 and they disbanded in 1988. Is that factual for Haku and Tama? Were they only together as a tag team for like 2 years?
The Islanders were tag teams for a while.
Okay.
Now they've gone through different iterations.
Okay.
As far as their name is concerned.
Okay.
But they coming off and on as a tag team here, mainly because one of the things that is, as Raymond has pointed out, I'm pretty sure in a jesting manner, but also kind of pointing out that Tonga does have a lot of issues here, and some people do become intimidated by him. So sometimes people in the locker room would not be feeling particularly safe with him there.
Okay.
So eventually he would leave. But I mean, this.
But also interesting, Ray calls out that Tama is part of the
Yes, the famous Anoa'i
family.
family of Samoa wrestling, where people are related or they're not related, but they're still saying they're related.
Related to Handsome Roman Reigns
And
and
the
the
Usos.
Usos.
Yes, they
Okay.
also were the ones that came out. I think, if I remember correctly, Tama and Tonga or Haku are the ones that actually bestow that lei.
Wow. That is.
That Roman Reigns now wears as the tribal chief for the current bloodline in the WWE.
Yeah. I mean, we are revisiting the Mania, but we're also, speaking the truth. So good call on that, Ray. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So does this take us to, or what do you think?
We haven't finished this going through the match. Were you Tama and Tonga? Were you a fan, or were you cheering for the British Bulldogs with Koko B Ware?
I think we talked about that. Definitely a fan of them. Of Haku and Tama. This was a good match. It was one of my favorite matches of this WrestleMania. I am also surprised that the Brain can run in those tiny red shoes. For anyone who recalls watching this match, and they said that Matilda was vicious, but she wasn't.
Yeah. So Raymond's already corrected me, and we'll get to that comment in a little bit. But yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan, as I had pointed out, I believe in the first WrestleMania, or if not the second one, does have a history as actually being a performer.
Wow.
So those are probably like his original wrestling boots he wore there.
That's impressive.
So, but he not only did he wear that, but he wore one of those suits that you normally wear when they're training canine dogs, like that big, thick, padded jacket and the
Okay.
pants.
I thought it was like a straight jacket.
Well, it's the straight jacket, but it was kind of like a modified one. I don't know why you would wear a straight jacket if
Okay.
back then if you were doing canine training. But yeah, that was the reason for that is because he said that Matilda was such a vicious dog, he needed to wear that.
Okay.
Raymond points out that maybe I was incorrect. I'll have to look into that and post it in the comments later. But I believe it looked like Tama to me. So it might have been Tama, but he points out that it could have been Alpha and Sika. So I'll
Mm.
have to check back, or someone knows off the top of the head. Please feel free to leave it in the comments
Thank
that we
you.
have here. They were the ones that probably presented Roman Reigns with the tribal chief lay. So this match here goes for 7 minutes 30 seconds.
Wow.
Davy Boy starts off the match, and as we probably see later on, Davy Boy is just a powerhouse in this match. Uh, Haku comes in, starts getting control. Davy Boy makes the hot tag to Koko B Ware after getting worn down. He gets a couple of shots in until he tags out to the Dynamite Kid. Haku regains control, and then he tags in Bobby the Brain Heenan, who shows off his wrestling chops. Tama gets tagged in at that point in time and is in control until he goes for a splash off the top ropes, but Dynamite gets the tag to Koko. Beware. Koko rallies until Tama gains control and tags in Haku. Haku wears down Koko. Tags in Bobby the Brain for one more chance here. Bobby gets worn down by Koko until the Islanders get in, and that causes the Bulldogs to also get in. And classic WWF now trope, the ref does not get distracted by the heels coming in, but he gets distracted by the Bulldogs coming in and trying to help out their friend. This leads to the Islanders beating down Koko B Ware, and then they slam Bobby the Brain Heenan on top of Koko for the 1-2-3 pin and win. Maria, what did you think about that?
Oh my goodness. Like I said, I thought this was a really good match. I thought they all did like a great job. And the Islanders and the Brain defeating the British Bulldogs. And I thought it was on point. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a good match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We haven't gotten to one of your favorite matches yet, right?
There have been a few. I've had a few favorite
Oh,
matches.
okay.
One with Macho, where I felt like it was electric. So I've had a few favorites. This was definitely a solid match,
Okay.
though.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So